So it's all been decided here in New York. The Rangers have announced today that they have hired Peter Laviolette as their new head coach, and the tweet does say, "Welcome back to Broadway." Now, I did see some mixed reactions to this. I wanted to wait a little bit before making the video on Laviolette over to the Rangers, because there's a lot of people going out there saying, okay, it's the old boys club. They're going out there and just only hiring guys that are in the spotlight and that have had time in the NHL before. Not necessarily success, but they're always there. You know, old boys club, old boys club, old boys club. Give somebody else a chance, right? And then you have the other people saying, all right, well, Peter Laviolette has not had a terrible track record in the past. I mean, he's won a Stanley Cup. 05-06, he was the guy who won for Carolina against Edmonton. And take a look at his track record here. Nashville, Stanley Cup Finals, okay, cool. Philadelphia, Stanley Cup Finals in 2010, okay, cool. This is a guy who has had a track record that, unfortunately, for the past few years, has not been as strong as the peaks of his career. First round exit against Florida last year. First round exit against Boston the year before that. Fired for Nashville after losing in the first round against Dallas. This year for Washington, missed the playoffs, got fired there. Philadelphia, missed the playoffs 2012-2013, got fired in 2013-14. He has not had the best sort of exits from the teams he has been a part of, but the highs are high. And they're very, very high. Carolina missed the playoffs 3 out of the 4 full years that he was there. The 1 year where they didn't miss the playoffs, they were first in the Southeast and they won the Cup. So Peter Laviolette has had, all things considered, a very up and down tenure. The highs are really high, but the lows are quite low. And if you go over to the article here on the Rangers website, this is what they announced today. Chris Drury announced that they have named their 37th head coach in team history. We are thrilled that Peter will be the next head coach of the New York Rangers, with Peter's extensive experience as head coach in the NHL. By the way, let's move that over here. There you go. As well as the success with the teams he's had at several levels throughout his career, we are excited about what the future holds with him leading our team. I would like to welcome Peter to the Rangers, said James Dolan, executive chairman, Madison Square Garden Sports Corporation. Peter's impressive resume, which includes winning a Stanley Cup and advancing to the finals with 3 different teams, has made him one of the most well-respected coaches in the NHL. As we move forward in our goal to consistently contend for the Stanley Cup, I'm confident that Peter is the right head coach to lead our team. Then it goes over what he's about, the records, the native stuff, you know, where he's from. Internationally, he has coached Team USA at the World Championships and all that. He played 12 NHL games with the Rangers during 1988-1989. So there you go. Welcome back to Broadway, Peter Laviolette. And before we leave and end this video off, what I also wanted to do was go over onto this Twitter thread by Statboy Steven. Steven does a lot of stuff for the Rangers. He's a great follow. He does a lot of prospect work too. This was a Twitter thread that I thought was very interesting, and it brings up some very good points. For all in the Laviolette sucks because he was fired several times crowd. Is Bruce Cassidy a bad hire because he was fired by Washington and Boston? Is Paul Maurice a bad hire because he was fired by Hartford, Carolina, Toronto, and Winnipeg? Both of these coaches are currently in the Stanley Cup Finals. A retread, or what people consider a retread, isn't automatically a bad coach. And a first-time hire isn't automatically a good coach. There's far more to it than that. Much more context and nuance. Laviolette is a good coach with a proven track record. Can he fix the deficiencies the Rangers are dealing with? Perhaps, but as others have pointed out, potentially having Jimmy Vesey in your top 6 isn't a Laviolette problem, it's a Drury problem. This team has its holes, and it's not an easy fix, regardless of who the hire is. Laviolette has proven he can trust young players on their way to success. 3 times he took a team to the final when that team had no business getting there. And in all 3 cases, the contributors included players in their early 20s. In 06 with the Hurricanes, there was Andrew Ladd, Stahl, Williams, and Radim Vrbata. Radim Vrbata has a gosh darn cup? Are you kidding me? No way. No way. Really? 2010, either way, James Van Riemsdyk, 20 years old, Giroux, 22, and Richards was 24. 2017, Fiala, Forsberg, Arvidsson, Johansson. His handling of young players doesn't concern me. I'm interested to see how he holds his veterans accountable. And so there's the pattern identification with Peter Laviolette. Not afraid to use the young guys, not afraid to bring the best out of what this team has to offer, especially when they're in a position that nobody's really expecting them to go too far. So for all of us, it's just a matter of time to see how Laviolette rebounds and handles this Rangers team as the head coach in 23-24. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What are your opinions about the Rangers hiring Peter Laviolette as their, number 37th head coach in NHL history? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.